morning, friends. Today is going to be another hot and very humid day here in Minnesota, so the babies and I are going to start in the backyard, enjoying some fresh air before it gets too hot. I spent some time leisurely watering some flowers and pulling some weeds, and then I decided to grab my camera to share with you this garden bed that has sprung to life in the past couple weeks. The purple coneflowers are gorgeous in full bloom, and one of my smaller hydrangeas is filled with a whole bunch of tiny little buds, some of which are just starting to open. One of my favorite perennials, Moonbeam Coreopsis, is loaded with buds, which I think is only a couple days away from being covered in tiny, cheerful yellow flowers. I have 3 other plants that are recovering from rabbit attacks, so they are looking healthy, and I'm very happy about that. And of course, the stars of the show, if you ask me, Limelight Hydrangea. They're just starting to show their beautiful flowers. Later on today, I plan on giving my raised beds a refresh. I have an ivy plant that I want to repot and then make it into a topiary. And finally, I am cooking dinner over an open flame, courtesy of Bonstove, who is sponsoring today's video. I hope you'll stick around and spend some time with me today. On the side of the house, I have this lovely garden spot, which I've shared before. It's definitely a favorite. It feels cozy and has a great view, and I think it is going to be the perfect place for the fire pit, which I'm going to go ahead right now and set up so that when it's time for dinner, it'll be all ready. I'm going to swap out the bird bath, which I can place in many different places in my yard, and I'm going to replace it with a fire pit by Bonstove. This is the 15-inch stainless fire pit, and I am so excited. It comes in 3 separate pieces. There is the stand, then there's the firebox, I guess you would call it. That is super handy and very lightweight. It's only about 18 pounds. And then we have the flame ring. And yeah, that is about it. I love things that are super easy like this. I love how this looks. We will definitely talk about it later, and I cannot wait to use it. About this plant in a recent video. I think it was when I was decorating this room. I'll link it down below if you guys are interested, but I have been impatiently waiting for this plant to get big enough that I could kind of make a little topiary out of it, and today is the day that I'm going to get it done. I definitely have enough to work with, I think. I've never really done this before, and I'm hoping it will turn out and I don't hurt the plant, but I've wanted a topiary for so long, and I'm super excited that it's finally going to happen. So I went to Walmart this morning because I didn't have a pot to repot it into, and I found this one. I had to go there for groceries anyways, so I'm like, I'm going to look and see if they've got anything, and they have this cute little one. It's by Better Homes and Garden. It's just, I think it's terracotta. Yeah, it's definitely terracotta. You can see inside, but it's glazed, which I think is awesome, and it was under $10, and I love the fact that it's built-in saucer. It does have a little drainage hole down there too. So I love it. I think it's really cute. So we're going to repot this into this. I also picked up some indoor potting soil. And then off of Amazon, I ordered some little forms. It came in a package of 4, really inexpensively, I think. If I can remember right, I will link it down below. But you get 2 circles, and you also get 2 heart shape. And then they have these nice little long legs that you can stick into the pot, and this is like perfect for this size of pot. So I am super excited about that. The forms also came with 4 little bundles of plastic covered wires if you need that to help get, you know, the topiary started. So I am going to jump right in here and figure out how to do this. That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. So I'm going to use it as a centerpiece on the table here in the dining room. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. And I'm just going to add a couple of votive candles on either side for a quick and easy centerpiece. You guys, I almost forgot to water. I am so glad I remembered. That would not have been good for this plant to go into shock right now after being replanted. But anyways, I think it turned out great. I am so pleased with it. I spent most of the day running errands, and I just have to say the clouds today were amazing. In every direction I looked, it was just stunning. By early evening, I wanted to quickly tackle one more project by giving my raised beds a quick refresh. They're looking pretty rough. I stopped in at Menards this afternoon and I picked up a gallon of Pittsburgh stain in the color Outside White. And this is one of their pre-mixed colors, so that was quick and easy, and this should do the trick. Oh my gosh, this is already looking so much better, and I just started. So the whole project took me an hour, maybe an hour and a half, with a few little breaks in between, but it turned out so nice. It's definitely worth the effort that it took. It was not a difficult project, of course. It was a little hard on the back, if you can imagine. Look at that little sassy Rama sneaking out of the garden bed when she realized someone was looking. That's funny. And how about these gorgeous zinnias? They always make me smile. Now it's time for dinner, so I put together a tray to take out to the garden with me. I'm going to have some hot dogs, some s'mores for dessert, and some cucumbers fresh from my sister's garden. So good. It is definitely time to get this fire started. I am so excited. I unfortunately don't have a lot of supplies here at home. All of my camping and fire starting stuff is in the camper, which is down at my mom's house right now. So I am improvising. I have got some paper plates as fuel starter and a few chunks of hickory that I use for charcoal grilling. So I'm going to use those to get this fire started. This step went very quickly. I think it has such good airflow that it really moves things along nicely. Within a few minutes, I was able to add larger logs to get those going. With that done, I then replaced the flame ring, which I probably should have done before I added the large logs, but hindsight, but it all worked out in the end. Then I just found myself a comfy spot and sat down to watch the fire for a bit and relax after a busy day. Bonstove offers 3 sizes of smokeless fire pits. This is the 15-inch. You can also get a cooking grill that fits on top so you can cook like burgers and things like that. Plus, you can even use charcoal with this, which makes it nice and multifunctional, which I think is going to be perfect for when I go camping or on day trip. I'll be able to start with charcoal, cook my food, and then transition over into a wood fire to sit and relax around, which I think is absolutely awesome. So I sat out here by the fire for quite a while, probably over an hour or so. It was just starting to get dark a little bit when I decided I was going to cook up some hot dogs to eat. And then, of course, after that, I had to cook some marshmallows because you can't have a campfire without having at least one marshmallow, right? I was also very impressed with the fact that the fire burned so nicely for so long on just the 2 logs that I started with. I didn't add any other fuel to the fire, and I sat out here for almost 2 hours. So I thought that was very impressive. And of course, the dogs were getting a little antsy once the hot dogs were discovered. So they did get to share a hot dog, and they were very excited about that. So I will make sure to leave a link down in the description box for Bonstove if you want to go check out their website and see what they've got. I definitely highly recommend one of these fire pits. I know that I will be using this like all the time because I find sitting around a campfire so relaxing. Alright my friends, that is going to be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. I appreciate it so very much. Have yourself a great night, and I will see you soon. Bye now.